Take a fascinating voyage around the world as we reveal the most amazing cultures that contribute to the great diversity of our planet. Awe-inspiring sights of humanity's cultural diversity await you, from the colorful festivities of India to the age-old customs of Japan. But first, consider this question. What really defines an amazing culture before we embark on this thrilling journey? Prepare to be impressed by the beauty and tenacity of humanity's shared heritage as we explore the mysteries and wonders of the most fascinating communities on Earth. Come along with us. Headhunters of Nagaland, India. Known for its vicious headhunting practices in Nagaland, the Konyak tribe is only one of Northeast India's many unique tribes and civilizations. The Konyaks are a well-known and courageous tribe from distant Nagaland. They enjoyed taking down and displaying the heads of rival fighters as trinkets in their morongs, which are traditional bamboo and wood houses. In Nagaland, headhunting persisted until 1969. The Konyaks believed that a young man's rite of passage into manhood could only be fulfilled if, upon overcoming him, he returned bearing a head. One of the most interesting things about the tribe possibly is that they receive tattoos on their face and breast after every win over their enemies. Konyaks hold that these tattoos reflect a person's pride and honor, and that they are essential to a wonderful afterlife. Nevertheless, since the arrival of modernity, things have evolved. Though they are no longer headhunters, the Konyaks nonetheless have a fearless and ferocious demeanor. In the community of Longwa, headhunters are now few and far between. Every December, there is an Oling festival, which is the greatest time to watch the Konyak Nagas. Egypt's Nubians. The Nubian settlements of Egypt are most known for their folk melodies, brightly colored homes near the banks of the Nile, and their friendly locals. It's an incredible experience that you won't soon forget to stay at a Nubian guest house where the local host lets you stay in his home. Through your host, you will discover more about Nubian culture. Additionally, your host will share with you some personal details about their daily lives. The Nubian people are an ancient group that continues to inhabit areas of Upper Egypt and Sudan. Speaking their own language is another fascinating feature of Nubians. They still use both spoken and unspoken forms of this language as part of their legacy, which goes back to the time of the pharaohs. Nubian males occasionally style their hair in big dreadlocks. Each tribe has its own distinct ways of dressing and outfitting its members. Similar to how individuals learn to speak traditional languages like Gaelic or Swahili as they get older, Nubian youngsters also acquire the ability to speak their dialect with ease. Morocco's Berber. Native to North Africa, the Aamazing, also called Berbers in their own tongue, have been residing in Morocco for at least 5,000 years. In Morocco, several Berber groups live in small rural villages scattered throughout the Atlas Mountains. The Berbers were traders and farmers in the past. Though most Berber families still struggle to make ends meet through agriculture in their mountainous communities, a large number of Berbers now live and work in Moroccan towns. The men of the tribe usually travel to market towns to trade or sell their produce and cattle, while the women work in the fields, spinning blankets from dyed wool. The Berber women, who typically cover their hair with headscarves and long, colorful robes, also devote a lot of time to creating ceramics. The ceramics are offered to tourists as mementos after being fired outside in kilns. Mud and stones are used to build a traditional Berber house. There are no windows or chimneys on the flat rooftops. Vegetables cultivated in the nearby fields make up the majority of the food, along with cattle meat. Being friendly to visitors is something that Berbers take great pride in. Ethiopia's Omo. Native people from the Omo Valley tribe live in southern Ethiopia. They are recognized as adherents of some of the oldest traditions and civilizations in the world, as well as one of the planet's most distinctive cultures. The majority of people who reside in the Omo Valley have never visited a city. They make their own mud dwellings, follow customs and regulations, and live in small, family-oriented communities. The 16 indigenous tribes that inhabit the valley have been carrying on their ancestors' traditions for hundreds of years. They follow different cultural norms and values, and lack access to electricity and other contemporary conveniences. They could adorn their bodies or dress in vibrant clothing. Every tribe has distinct traditions, languages, and abilities. However, learning about their way of life and the Omo Valley people's deep ties to the natural world in general was intriguing. For their survival, the tribes mostly depend on the yearly floods, shifting seasons, and other natural events. Even though Omo Valley isn't the easiest place to travel to in Ethiopia, it's definitely worth the effort to discover this intriguing way of life. Mexico's Zapotec. 68 distinct national dialects can be found in Mexico. However, many people mistakenly think that the country is primarily Spanish-speaking. This is partly because there are a lot of indigenous people in the nation, some of whom have been speaking their original tongues for hundreds of years and don't speak Spanish at all. One such tribe is the Zapotec people, who are distributed throughout several municipalities in the states of Veracruz and Oaxaca. Since approximately 500 BC, the Zapotec people have been engaged in farming, as well as the cultivation of other crops including corn and beans. They follow numerous unique customs and reside in adobe homes. Building tombs beneath their houses is one such custom that keeps their relatives nearby. Many Zapotec women dress traditionally, such shawls and skirts made of woven materials, and their gold jewelry is a reflection of their social standing. By visiting Zapotec settlements, like the 8 Mancomunado pueblos in southern Mexico, you may not only support ecotourism, but also have the opportunity to interact with the local indigenous population. One such community is Benito Juarez, which may be visited either overnight from Mexico City, the nation's capital, or as a day trip from Oaxaca City. The inhabitants ate vegetarian meals that can be sampled in Benito Juarez village and dressed in vibrant hand-embroidered garments. Colombia's Wayuu. It is important to take advantage of any chance to travel to or even witness the Wayuu people if you are searching for unique and intriguing civilizations throughout the world. One of the many indigenous American tribes in Colombia is the Wayuu tribe, which is situated in the northernmost region of South America. They live on the La Guajira Peninsula in Colombia. The self-contained Wayuu, who reside in huts maintained by families, think that God created their forefathers on a little island off the coast of North America. The men are farmers in the desert and expert herders. They cultivate a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, including papaya, yucca, and bananas, that can survive the dry climate. Among the many customs and traditions of the Wayuu people are their exquisite beading and strong sense of family, which frequently consists of multiple families living in one dwelling. Apart from their traditions, the Wayuu are known for weaving vibrant bags that visitors to Colombia will cherish for a long time. People of Quechua, Peru. Speaking Quechua, these people are indigenous to South America and are found in Ecuador, Bolivia, Argentina, Chile, Colombia, and Bolivia. They can be called the indigenous Quechua-speaking people of South America because of this. Peru's official language is Quechua, which was designated as the nation's second lingua franca in 1969. There are about 4 million Quechua speakers in Peru. There are numerous dialects. Southern Quechua is the most widely spoken. People enjoyed traveling throughout Peru for many reasons. One was that the Quechua language, which is spoken in parts of Peru even now, was spoken by the Incas. Built by the incredible Inca Empire, Machu Picchu is a stunning structure. Because of its presence elsewhere, the language has flourished throughout Peru, even if the Incas are no longer in existence. There are a variety of chuepas. Certain individuals remain quiet and reserved, staying on their family's land and donning vibrant customary attire. In Peruvian places like Cusco, some people have adopted a more modern culture and are inspired to sing and play the guitar. These people are less traditional. Mexico's Taos Pueblo. Discover the locals of Taos Pueblo, a hamlet with adobe walls located 1 mile northeast of Taos, New Mexico. Here, about 150 people live as their ancestors did for centuries without access to running water, electricity, or indoor plumbing. The Penates assert that their ancestors have resided in the Taos Valley in the southwest of the country for millennia and are still there today, preserving their culture. Taos Pueblo was recognized by UNESCO because it has been continually inhabited and preserved for over 500 years using traditional methods. The multi-story adobe houses at the center of the settlement are believed to have been built between 1000 and 1450 CE. The pueblo is open to strangers, even though it's one of the most exclusive, guarded, and traditional societies. A member of the Taos community will lead a group tour of the village where visitors can learn about its history and customs. The history of the Taos Pueblo is precious to them and has been maintained through oral tradition. They do not discuss their personal religious views with those who are not members of the group. These days, a large number of tribal members live in contemporary homes on reservation land outside of the walled town, where they celebrate social and cultural events like weddings and burials. Don't miss out on discovering the world's most amazing cultures. Subscribe now to embark on a captivating journey of exploration, where every video unveils a new facet of humanity's incredible diversity.